There was a time in my life before awakening where I was so confused. My my energy always felt heavy, not because of what I had done per se, but because of everything I was carrying. Beliefs I never chose, patterns I inherited, expectations that were placed on me before I even knew who I was. All of it passed down. Some I picked up unconsciously, and they shaped my thinking, how I moved, how I saw myself. These conditionings don't just live in your mind, they live in your energy. And that's what weighs you down. That's why it feels so heavy. Feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulder. Some of that is inherited energy. But when you awaken, something clears. It's gentle, but you feel it, a shift in your energy. You feel lighter. If you've ever find yourself asking these questions, why do I think the way I do? Why do I react like that? Why does this feel so familiar, but feel so wrong at the same time? Those questions. Sometimes we inherit things we never asked for, beliefs, patterns, ways of thinking passed down from generations. And when you think about it, every generation thinks differently because they had to deal with a different time and different circumstances. Sometimes they come from trauma, the ways, the patterns, the habits, from survival, from pain. But spiritual awakening changes how we see the world, how we see the story. It's an energy detox. We're all born into stories already being told, stories of fear masked as tradition, maybe, cultural beliefs. Within my own being, I've recognized some of these things, the ones that don't serve. Someone's painful past becomes their personality, and we grew up around them. And so you absorb that behavior from being around them unconsciously, not even knowing. You might have been raised to believe love has to hurt to be real. And you question yourself because you find yourself always, not so much you're choosing the wrong person, you're choosing the pain. You're choosing that pain. These are all stories born from unconscious behaviors. They're not truth, they're conditionings, coping mechanisms built from a life of trying to survive the world. They were necessary for someone else's survival, but all of these conditioning now lives in your energy. Because at an unconscious level, that is all we know to be, but not for your awakening. And I continue to learn this on my own journey, not to identify with the story of the past, whether from my own experience or from conditionings or family or community, because I'm free. The story is not me. Now my energy is clear. The pure understanding of this is that identity is just a story. Some would say consciousness playing a role. But even that for me is identifying. I like to just stay in the awareness of it all. Many of the things we call generational curse are really generational beliefs born from unconscious behaviors that they cloud your energy and they weigh us down. Some people get so lost in unconscious behavior that it's almost like they take on another personality. Personality is not you. They take on this personality and it's not truly them. Their energy becomes that identity or even something that feels like an outside entity. At this level of unconscious behavior, you're open. Any kind of spirit, any kind of belief, any kind of ideology, and whatever enters becomes the energy you live by. Some people are controlled by entities that they pick up at an unconscious level. This is not a judgment. And the truth has to break through to what is truly them. But when you wake up, when you awaken, you become more aware of this, more conscious. You question, you unlearn, you ponder, because you know that something feels off. Now that you're awakening, something feels off. But what's really happening is your energy shifting as the truth begins to reveal itself. Awakening is letting go. Awakening is grief. Grieving the identity of who you thought you were, who you were conditioned to believe, what you thought was true. Letting go of the roles that people praised you for at one point. But deep down inside, it brought you pain. You start to notice the shift. You can no longer validate toxic dynamics, friends, family. Wherever it is, you can no longer validate it. And you avoid toxic environments you used to feel obligated to be in. And that was because of how you were conditioned. You begin to release them. For me, once I started to surrender to my journey, it became a serene detachment. Some came through rejection. Some God just simply removed them. People, ways, habits. But the pure understanding of it is that they did not align. So you release them, you let them be, you detach. And it gets real because not everyone will understand this version of you, the awakened you. the healed you, the authentic you. You have to be okay with being misunderstood on your spiritual journey. The paradox of that is while others are confused by your shift, you're finally understanding yourself. The more aligned you become, the more connections that aren't aligned fall away. It's a clearing, a natural clearing. And there's a deep peace in finally understanding yourself. I don't know, maybe you can relate. There's a deep peace in finally understanding yourself. Your energy now radiates peace. You know, when I go for a walk or go on a trail or take my dog out for a walk, sometimes we stumble on these natural gemstones. And they're beautiful. Some of them are so beautiful. But what I recognize is there's an energy there. And the bigger the stone, the more you feel the energy. And some of the stones give off an energy and some pull energy. I'm aware of this just by picking up the stone and handling the stone. So everything carries energy. Everything carries energy. Some energy pull in, some energy gives off. So imagine going through your life around all these different energies. Once you awaken, you begin to detox what is not you. And awakening is lonely sometimes. It's lonely because of this. As you're clearing your energy, as you're detoxing, people are falling away. Places you no longer go, things, habits that you picked up along the way, they're falling away as well. Illusions will draw and attract a crowd, but truth walks alone. And when the truth starts to reveal itself within you, yes, it starts to clear the energy. And that's why you lose people, but you also lose the drama, the performance. It's a natural clearing. You don't need the stones so much. You don't have to carry these stones to clear your energy so much. And this is not a judgment, but I'm talking about the natural. The truth is within. The truth is within. It's a natural clearing, a cleansing, not just of your energy, but of your space, your atmosphere, your aura. It's clarity, alignment, peace. Awakening is all you need to clear your energy, your environment, and it comes through alignment and discernment. The universe begins to shift and realign your path, guiding your path. This for me is true divine protection. Life clears the path for you, even in the presence of those who dislike you. And energy is not seen, but it's felt. But it expresses itself. It expresses itself through action. You're not cursed. What's cursed is the belief of who you thought you were. The curse is the unconscious ways we picked up or we were conditioned to believe. But the moment the truth reveals itself within, the curse is broken, the pattern is disrupted. You don't feel heavy in your spirit anymore, like life is against you, or you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Your life becomes the light that can awaken others. But don't advertise your awakening. Don't advertise this. Just be it. Now your aura is not heavy anymore because of all the unconscious patterns and behaviors. They're falling away. Your energy becomes clear. When the energy is clear, you don't see identity. You see presence. Thank you for sitting with me. I want to thank the folks that have been listening in and sitting with me, especially thank you for your support on this platform. I have had some beautiful sentiments. The beauty is that consciousness, or the spirit of truth, as I like to say, manifests in many different ways. Other times it's just me being here and what is flowing from presence. I appreciate you all. You're the one I came to meet. And that's why it's so important on our spiritual paths to discern the truth. And you know the truth when you hear it. It's like the wind. You feel it. It touches against your skin, but you don't know what direction it's coming from. This can only come from presence. And when your energy is pure, you don't see identity. You see presence. Thank you for listening. Thank you.